welcome everybody. This is our final session that we've been doing with Mr. Sobi. This is session number 12, and we have our honoured guest, Mr. Honourable Nath Dhakal, who's come all the way from Nepal just to be here with you today. So we'll begin. Just join me in prayer, and I'll just offer a prayer before we start. So thank you. Dear Heavenly Parents, we're grateful to be able to come together to share with Mr. Sobi your heart and your love. We are a heavenly community. We are centering our work upon our True Mother, and we ask your presence here as we receive your guidance through Honourable Nath, and that we can really express the love that you have given us back to you. We know that we are one global family, and it is through blessed couples that have been authorized or approved into the heavenly community, into your family. We are one family under God, so we ask that we can really communicate as brothers and sisters, and that we can really be expressions of your love. So I ask your presence as we come together here in this final session at the moment with Mr. Sobi, session number 12, and that your blessings can be upon us all. Thank you. I pray and report this in our names, John and Shizia and me, as a blessed central family. Aju. Thank you. And who's good at giving a wonderful introduction to Honourable Nath, because I don't know all. Dr. Kittle, would you like to introduce Honourable Nath? So,
I think Mr. Sobi knows him already.
Yeah, we are good friend already.
Basically, he is the UPF chairman for all of the Asia Pacific region. That's about 40 nations. And recently, he was appointed as a member of the UPF International Board of Advisors, of which there are, I think, only 6 or 7. So it's a very trusted and focused group that he heads. He has a lot of background in terms of his experience in Nepal. He was 2 times a minister in the Nepal government. He helped to write the constitution that is currently in place in Nepal. And the family party there is a very vocal, active voice, especially representing true parents in Nepal, in the political processes, in the conversations that go on. So because of his expertise in UPF, we've asked him to share about that program, especially within this region, but also including international perspectives. So it's the highlight of our 12 series that we've been together. And it's really kind of the conclusion, because this is Father Moon's effort to be able to bring a world or a global level providence into play, where we can begin to work with nations, and nations can begin to understand, adopt, and implement these basic universal principles. One of the primary focuses is bringing unification of North and South Korea. Mother Moon has launched a very bold initiative. Most leaders don't bet in the future, but Mother Moon says 2022, then we need to be able to bring a unified North and South Korea. That will be the linchpin for the East Asia region. And then because America, China, Japan, the key players are there, it will be really the linchpin for global peace. So that's a big enough introduction. I took too long.
Wow, it's an excellent introduction.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
On Nath,
thank you so much, Dr. Kitchels. Really happy to see Sir Sobi. We miss you, but I got continuous updates from our UPF that you have been participating in our series of programs. So we are very grateful for that. And I think last time we met is in Palau, maybe, probably.
Yes, and
Old Summit,
Old Summit, yeah.
Yes. So we are grateful to your support. We consider you as one of the respected elder and advisor for our UPF movement in Asia Pacific. So we are happy to share some of the activities of our movement, and thanks Reverend Yutaka-san for inviting me to share this presentation. So may I share the screen?
Yes.
You can see, right?
Yes.
Yes. Can see.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll be talking about the multidimensional activities of UPF towards a peaceful world. And I'm sure you went through past 11 series of presentation which dealt with UPF's principles of peace related with all different sector of the society and also in human affairs. But today's presentation will be like more like the activities behind those principles, because idea itself cannot transform the world. So those great ideals need to be practiced into action. So that's why today's presentation, so you can see that how the great lofty ideals of our founder, Father Moon and Mother Moon, are being practiced in all over the world. Of course, I cannot cover everything, but I think this presentation will give some good information about our activities. I think you already aware and informed about UPF. We are a global organization. We do have our activities in all countries in the world. Some part we are active, some part we are less active, but we do have our activities, including in Palestine to North Korea. So everywhere we have some form of activities, and we are part of United Nations ECOSOC status, general consultative status, which is highest status that any non-governmental organization can get from the United Nations. So that's why one of the purpose of UPF is really to support the work of UN, to help UN to be more effective. That's why if you see, because of our partnership, long-time partnership with UN, many even former Secretary Generals, they are affiliated with us after they retired. And even now the former Secretary General, His Excellency Ban Ki-moon, he chaired one of the committee of UPF called Think Tank 2022. So this, I think, come out of our long time partnership, our foundation with United Nations. And our founder, so you are familiar with, so they have established this UPF. Actually, the UPF is, we can call kind of like diplomatic organization of our founder. They established this to deal with all affairs, with all leaders, with diplomatic community, with United Nations and its agencies. So even Father Moon envisioned that through the work of UPF, he can help to renew United Nations, because now UN has been already long time established, but still struggling to fulfill its founding purpose. So that's why Mother Moon called UPF is like kind of a parent UN, because now nations are fighting, brothers are fighting, so need the voice of parent. So that's why we're trying to be, UPF trying to be the voice of parent, very neutral and embracing and inclusive to everyone, so that peacefully we can solve all the dispute. We believe in partnership because the world is diverse and UPF represent all these diversities. Actually, we have MOU in many organizations. Just to name few, the United Nations Alliance of Civilization, African Union, Global Citizen Forum, Global Council for Tolerance and Peace, and also Mr. Jim Rogers Holdings and Billion Interest Inc., based in Singapore, one of the biggest investing company in the world, and actually many more. So if you see the intergovernmental organization, UN agencies, peace forums, think tank, business. So UPF trying to foster partnership with all of these organizations to contribute for peace and harmony in the world. So today's my presentation actually will be centering on these 10 or 11 different projects of UPF. So I'll go through one by one. So some of them were initiated quite long time before by Father and Mother Moon, and some of them are recently initiated by Mother Moon. One of the great project of UPF is called International Peace Highway Project, or Bering Strait Crossing. This is envisioned by our founder, Father and Mother Moon. Even he drew himself from his hind, and he envisioned that the tunnel be built between Russia and US, so that these two nations representing two different political view or worldview can be connected. This is probably one of the biggest project in the world, and then this has been being promoted by UPF. You can see even the blueprint of International Peace Highway. And also there is a Korea-Japan tunnel project, which actually already started construction. This also proposed and initiated by Father and Mother Moon. We know that the Korea and Japan has historical kind of conflict and dispute, but through the linkage of these peace tunnels, so they wanted to really reconcile between these two important nations. And in order to promote these ideas, recently Mother Moon has been guiding us to conduct activities called Peace Road. This is the diverse activities, walking, bicycling, all different kind of activities conducted all corners of the world in order to promote that ideas of international peace highway. And also interfaith is one of the main activities of UPF. This is long time before, even before the UPF was founded. And in one of the speeches, Father Moon mentioned that he invested kind of 70% of our organization's resources for interfaith dialogue, because he sees the great danger of religious conflict coming in the future. So that's why from very beginning he committed to build peaceful world, and he believed that that peaceful world will come if only the great religions of the world unite. If they really accept each other, they really embrace each other, only the peace will come. So that's why so many activities, even he went to UN and then make proposal to the United Nations to establish Interfaith Council. One of the sport of conflict is in the Middle East. So I think even no probably organization or individual effort or even governmental efforts can come closer what Father and Mother Moon had done. They sent thousands of, literally thousands of ambassadors for peace from all over the world to the Holy Land, both Israel and Palestine, and then march for peace. Peace, Shalom, Salam Alaikum. May peace in the Middle East. So I was honored to be there, bringing a Nepalese delegation of 23. a diverse leader, including political leaders, religious leaders, academics, and then especially our movement in United States was asked to coordinate these activities, and 20 or 30,000 people actually, the peace ambassadors, they visited there to promote peace in the Middle East. And this initiative is now also Mother Moon carrying on and then going on. I am from South Asia, Nepal, in between India and China. So Dr. Kittel also, when he introduced me, he mentioned about Nepal peace process. Actually, Dr. Kittel lived here for 10 years. And that was exactly the great transition time for Nepal, writing new constitution, and then trying to adopt a new political system. So during this transition time, so UPF supported Nepal's peace process through the South Asia Peace Initiative. Because in Nepal, the Maoist militant, the communist insurgents, armed insurgents, they fought against government, especially monarchy, and it went for more than 10 years and killed over 15,000 lives. It was really very serious situation. And then we established South Asia Peace Initiative, and we tried to bring Father Moon's peace strategy and peace vision, the mother's peace vision, to the conflicting parties in Nepal through peaceful dialogue. What we did is just we trying to bring them together and let them talk. And then also we give our advice based on UPF's principles. In this picture, you can see here actually diplomat from 7 nations. We have presidential candidate, the Senator Hussain from Pakistan. We have our foreign minister from Nepal. We have a speaker from Philippines. Our Dr. Young is here. I believe we all miss him very much. He was our leader for Asia during that time. And former Indian ambassador is there. And also the next to Indian ambassador is Excellency Chung. He is the current foreign minister of South Korea. Before that, he was the national security advisor of President Moon Jae-in administration. So you can see the level of people who is participating in UPF's peace initiative. So they all participate. This is one of the program out of 20 series. Actually, we went almost all capitals in South Asia to promote civil society peace. Here you can see this is I think 16th South Asia Peace Initiative. The current Prime Minister of Nepal actually participated. Now Dr. Walsh is there, and then the Vice Chairman of Indian ruling party is there. Many leaders from South Asia, they participated. It's really well respected and well recognized by the top leadership of Nepal and South Asia, that this forum is really contributed for the successful peace process in Nepal. Another UPF peace initiative is called Northeast Asia Peace Initiative. I just put one picture from South Korea. This is a dialogue among the leaders of 6 party talk nation. In the middle, you can see that time the current Prime Minister of South Korea. Now he already become former Prime Minister because they have a new Prime Minister. But that time when he came, he was still the current Prime Minister. And then a former Prime Minister Stephen Harper from Canada, also you can see there, and US ambassador to South Korea, and many leaders from Korea, Japan, United States, Russia. Yeah, so they are there. They discuss about how to bring peace in Korean Peninsula. Again, this is centering on Father and Mother Moon's vision. In Europe, we have Balkan Peace Initiative. This is the Balkan Leadership Conference in Albania, participated by 13 former head of the state. Actually, most former head of the states in Europe are the good friends of Father and Mother Moon. Many times they stand together with him. So they all come together. And then because there are many disputes also in European countries, especially those who are separated from former Soviet Union. So UPF has been also involved in those countries. One of the projects of UPF is called, anyway, we have many more peace initiatives, but I'm sorry, I cannot introduce all, just like giving you few initiatives. One of our program is called Ambassador for Peace. So you are also our distinguished Ambassador for Peace. So this is probably the most largest and most diverse peace network of peace leaders in the world. In the picture, one of the current ambassador is a diplomat, UN diplomat, is receiving Ambassador for Peace certificate from our international chairman, Dr. Walsh, and vice chairman, Dr. Taj Hamad. So you can see here. And we have many ambassadors for peace in all over the world. In Asia Pacific itself, we have about 15,000 ambassadors for peace. And another initiative of UPF is strengthening marriage and families. I think I don't have to speak much about this because the presentation of Dr. Kittel, Mrs. Ursula, and others mainly focus on this topic. So good families, gateway to peace, happiness, and prosperity. In the picture is actually, this is the National Stadium of Nepal, and 70,000 people came to rededicate their marriage. Yes, they are Hindus and Buddhists mainly, and few other percentage also other faith and tradition. But they have recognized that this blessing marriage is one of the best way to create peace in the family and also in the world. So that's why they came to rededicate their marriage. 70,000 people. It was presided by our vice president and many leadership. They came and they attended. And Mother Moon Sen, her daughter, Dr. Sanjinim, family-friendly organization, and then we support, we promote family-friendly law and regulation in the world. And UPF also created number of awards in order to recognize those who really made a contribution in the society. So one of the highest award of UPF is called Leadership and Good Governance Award. And number of old leaders, they received this award even when Father Moon was still alive. You can see there next to Father and Mother Moon, one side is the former president from Belarus, probably the founding president. And next to Mother Moon is the Prime Minister from Guyana, among other distinguished leaders who received this Leadership and Good Governance Award. And recently, after Father Moon passed away, Mother Moon established the Sonhak Peace Prize. This is also recognized as Korean Nobel Peace Prize. And this represents the legacy of peace. Sonhak from Son Meng Moon, Son Hak Jahan Moon Hak, Sonhak Peace Prize. And the awarded items are a medal and plaque as well as a monetary prize of $1 million. This is given once in every 2 years. So you can see the first Sonhak Peace Prize, second Sonhak Peace Prize in 1718, and also this is the recent one where 3 individuals were awarded. One interfaith activist from Middle East, He's a Catholic bishop, but he really dedicated himself for bringing peace in the Middle East, and well respected by many Muslims. So he received this award, and also the president of Senegal from West African country, and also former Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. 3 individuals actually received this award last year. I already talked about the renewing of the United Nations to build lasting peace. This started with Father and Mother Moon long time before. They have proposed UN to create a bicameral system, 2 houses, and one of the house should be like represented by interfaith leaders, so that the interreligious conflict can be addressed right there from United Nations. So these are the like kind of initiative, some award program of UPF. And now let me a little bit talk about our summit series. Our summit series is partnership with government and civil society, because UPF believe that that the new dimension of peace building in the 21st century is through the government and civil society partnership. Because government itself also not enough, civil society also not enough. When they come together, they actually support each other. So that's why what UPF trying to do is trying to work with government and bringing our civil society strength to connect their efforts for peace, reconciliation, and development. So we have this summit series in Africa, Asia Pacific, Americas, Europe. I'm sure you are also aware of it. This is the first African summit in Senegal, hosted by the President of Senegal, His Excellency Macky Sall. This is in Senegal. You can see the President of Senegal also awarded as Leadership and Good Governance Award. Mother Moon is there. Dr. Walsh is there. Yeah, and also the former Prime Minister from Haiti is there. And then this one is the second Africa Summit held in South Africa, and it was co-hosted by the Nelson Mandela Foundation. So UPF has a lot of activities with Nelson Mandela Foundation. The great grandson of Nelson Mandela is standing next to Mother Moon in the summit. So you can see here. And then we also have Latin America Summit. This one in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Many former head of the state, they came and they attended. You can see here Dr. Walsh and many former head of the state, including the president of Paraguay is here next to Dr. Walsh. And in Asia Pacific Summit, the first summit was held in Nepal in 2018. We had 7 current head of the state and government. They came with Mother Moon, and Mother Moon met with the Prime Minister of Nepal with a black cap, and also the President of Nepal, the Madam President of Nepal at President office. Also, you see, whatever we have a political summit or whatever, so UPF always believe that without support from interfaith leaders, it's not complete. So that's why the diverse faith leaders from all over Asia Pacific, they came to attend this summit. Mother Moon delivered a speech, the state councillor from Myanmar, Prime Minister from Dr. Kittel.
It's not clear. Dr. Kettle.
I didn't get you.
Dr. Kittel, your connection is not
chair-
clear.
Really? Not clear?
Now
Now better?
Now it's clear.
The chair that is empty is for Mr. Sobi.
Oh, yes. You're right. There is one chair is empty. Thank you.
You always thinking
And-
about me, no problem. Thank you.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes. Yeah. And the state councillor from Myanmar, prime minister from Cambodia. You can see actually we had 21 current and former head of the state and government. Of course, we have 7 current from Nepal, Cambodia, Myanmar, Philippines, Samoa, Nauru, and Tuvalu. And we had another head of the state from India, Pakistan, Marshall Island, from Colombia, Iran, Kiribati, maybe last one is from Oceania. I don't know which country, maybe
It's a Vanuatu,
Vanuatu.
and then
Vanuatu,
also Palau.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Vanuatu, Palau. Yeah, so from many different countries. And then second Asia Pacific Summit was held in Cambodia. You see that if these ideas are really not great, if these leaders are not really convinced, actually they would not really invite UPF to have such activities. Actually, government are capable themselves to organize, but it's different.
Yeah.
When they connect with UPF, all the civil society network plus the strength of UPF is the education.
Yeah.
Actually, the principles that Father and Mother Moon has discovered, so that educational element will be integrated within our World Summit, because all the leaders who come there, they will also be educated. So that's why leaders are really inspired to organize. The Prime Minister Hun Sen, so he welcomed UPF delegation led by Philippine speaker, and we all are there. Dr. Kittel is there, and Dr. Young is there. So this is the first meeting actually where the Prime Minister decided that I will host summit in Cambodia. And then he welcomed Mother Moon. You can see there, Mother went there with the delegation from 49 nations, including several current and former heads of state and government. And Mother Moon and Prime Minister Hun Sen, they met with all the head of the delegation from 49 nations. Actually, 49% here in this room. One highest delegates from each nation is invited to attend this special meeting. This is the inauguration program in Prime Minister's office, Peace Palace in Phnom Penh. Again, in the stage, in one side is Prime Minister Hun Sen and Vice President from Myanmar, Vice President from Palau, Speaker from Bangladesh and Pakistan. And other side, the Mother Moon and Dr. Walsh, Speaker Jose Dominica from Philippines, and Vice President from Indonesia, and also the former president from Timor-Leste. They are in the opening session. And then you can see here the address from Mother Moon and Prime Minister and other current and former head of the state. And also UPF believe actually track 2 diplomacy, or believe in soft power approach. Track 1 is mainly like government or military. Often actually these not easy to break through. But UPF like utilize culture, arts, sports, all different kind of activities to promote peace. So that's why we had a cultural performance from Cambodia, Indonesia, China, Philippines, Nepal, because Father and Mother Moon said that culture is kind of universal language. So that's why everyone will like it. And then third Asia Pacific Summit was held in Palau, where we met with Mr. Sobi, and all of you were there. The beautiful pristine island. This is the meeting that President Office decided to co-host the summit along with the Office of the First Lady. Reverend Utaka is there next to the President, and Reverend Greg Stone. So I think almost all of us are there in the Office of the President. And then this is the First Lady Summit. Mother Moons, normally she used to send one representative, but I think she got inspired because this is also related to women leaders. So she sent two representatives, two of her daughter-in-law, the first, first and second daughter-in-law. So they went there. They are with First Ladies with Palau, and also Women's Federation for World Peace delegation. So you can see there, I don't have to mention much because all of you were in attendance. So actually this summit gave birth to the new organization, International Association of First Ladies for Peace. This has been one of the pillar of association of UPF now in the world, and then working very actively among the first ladies in the world. Because when we talk about peace, actually women are naturally even more peaceful than we mean. So that's why mothers really encourage and then support this association. This is the inaugural session. All of you were there. First Lady, President Julia Moon from WFWP, the First Ladies from Nauru, Kiribati, PNG, from Marshall Island, Fiji, and Northern Mariana Island. So they were there, signing ceremony. So beautiful program. And thank you, Mr. Sobi, you came there. We really had very good time with Dr. Young. And then we really had a good discussion in Palau. I think that also contribute for this meeting today.
That's very nice.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then UPF has many associations, actually until now 8. 8 we call also primary associations or UPF association. They deal with head of the state, parliamentarian, interfaith, academic, economic sector, private sector, culture, arts, media. So various sector, we have 8 association. So one of the top association among them is ISCP. So this deal with the current and former head of the state and government. This was inaugurated during the World Summit 2019 in Seoul, Korea by Mother Moon. And then these are the leaders who addressed the first ISCP meeting. The 46th Vice President from United States, Excellency Dick Cheney, and Prime Minister of South Korea, 22nd Prime Minister of Canada, and also former President from European Commission, among many others who address. And second association is IAPP. This is Parliamentarian Association. We have 2 international co-chairs, the speaker from Philippines, and 5 times elected congressmen from United States. So they are our co-chair for our Parliamentarian Association. It was launched in Korea, actually. This is the Korean National Assembly, participated by the Korean National Assembly Speaker. And since then, IAPP actually is inaugurated already in 90 parliaments, and 5,000 elected lawmakers are associated with this association. So you can just see quickly some picture. Asia Pacific inauguration in Europe, in House of Lords in United Kingdom, inauguration in South America, in the National Assembly of Paraguay, inauguration in Japan in Japanese Diet or Japanese Parliament. This is the parliament inside the Japan Parliament. We have this program. In Washington, D.C., it was held at the Foreign Affairs Committee in US Congress. Anyway, 90 parliament, 5,000 elected lawmakers. And we have many national inauguration. This is in Philippines, 340 delegates. This is in India. I think Dr. Kittel was there. This is inside the Indian Parliament. We have 117 Indian lawmakers. You can imagine. In India, one lawmaker actually represents up to 4 to 5 million people.
Oh.
And in order to get elected, some of them even need like 1.5 million vote. for one member of parliament in the federal parliament. And they have like nearly 600 because the population is 1.4 billion. So 117 elected lawmaker, they came. So it is really great event. Yeah, here we go. I think this is in Sydney. I can see Honorable David Clark, but I don't see Honorable Greg Stone, but I think you are somewhere there, maybe organizing, probably you are MC, I don't know. Probably this is the same hall there. We had also a UPF program
Yes.
in Australia.
Yeah.
This is also one of the inauguration out of 90 in the world. In Austria, in Vienna, we had in UN building. Even in Ukraine, we know all the following the news of Ukraine, even the Ukraine parliament welcome us inside the Ukraine parliament to launch IAPP. In Palestine, both Dr. Walls and Dr. Taj Ahmad, actually they seldom go every country because it's not possible. They only visit selected countries, but they choose both Israel and Palestine. Actually in Israel, I was also participated. But in Palestine, both Dr. Walls and Dr. Taj Ahmad, they went and they organized IAPP inauguration. Even in North Korea, probably no organization in the world can have such program in North Korea, but we are welcome because our founder is from there. Still, I think we can, when we go there, we can smell the sweat of Father and Mother Moon.
Yeah.
There.
Of course.
Honestly, so because North Korea really respect, even though they have different ideology, what North Korea promote and what Father and Mother Moon promote, but still they really respect.
Yes. Yes.
And then we found it because when they brought us to the museum, and one of the biggest gift, kind of like there is a museum where the North Korean leader received a gift from all over the world, especially from head of the state. The highlight of that museum is the gift presented by Father and Mother Moon. And anybody visit North Korea, so the North Korean the tour operator, so translator will explain that this is from President Moon, President Moon Sun-meng from Korea. So that much they really respect. And now we don't only visit, this is a North Korean parliament just in the committee hall inside the Supreme People's Assembly. And then 4 current members of parliament led by the education minister. So they welcome our delegation. Our delegation was led by former Prime Minister from Nepal. And we are 9 members, including 5 current members of parliament from 5 different political parties. And then so we had a meeting there. In Indonesia, both speakers from upper house and lower house. You can see next to our Dr. Taj Ahmad, the speaker from upper house, and then next to me is from upper house, lower house. So both they came for the inauguration of IAPP. Our third association is IAPD, interreligious. I already mentioned a little bit before. This is the event Mother Moon organized in Seoul Olympic. And she invited 70,000 leaders from all over the world to support peaceful reunification of Korean Peninsula. And then that interfaith organization, IAPD, also organized all over the world. This is our Asian chapter, led by a Hindu scholar from India, Dr. Srivastava Goswami. He is a visiting professor to Harvard University. And then all different religious leaders, including our vice chairman, Dr. Taj Ahmad is there, next to Dr. Srivastava Goswami. Our chairman, Dr. Walls, and vice chairman, Dr. Taj Ahmad, they met with Holy Pope Francis, and they had beautiful meeting in Vatican. And then one of that, among that discussion, Pope Francis advised UPF, especially 2 points, according to Dr. Walls. One is he really asked UPF to lead the interfaith movement, because Pope Francis really believe in interfaith. And secondly, Pope Francis really inspired that UPF's strength of supporting family values. So he really believed that we should protect our families. And in this way, even we are seeking advice actually from Vatican, from the Holy Pope, for our UPF activities. Our fourth association is called IAED. This is the Economic Development Organization. We have many activities. We have official MOU with Jim Rogers Foundation, one of the biggest investor in the world. You can see MOU signing here, Dr. Walsh, Jim Rogers, and Dr. Yoon. Dr. Yoon Young-ho, actually, he is our Director General of International Headquarters. And he is the main leader who coordinate with Mother Moon. And also he coordinate all of our activities. UPF is one organization among many other organizations that we have. But Dr. Yoon, so he is the center of all organization. He coordinate, and then he also serve Mother Moon as the Director General of International Headquarters. So he's also signing here. You can see here, this is during the UPF program. And also we work with Dr. B.K. Modi. He's one of the richest men from India, but now based in Singapore. So he also received Ambassador for Peace, and then he also worked very closely, especially he worked closely with Dr. Walsh, directly with our international office. So because of time, maybe I am not able to go all the association. I introduced only 3, but maybe some of the pictures in upcoming slides, so you can see the activities of other associations. But we have total 7. We have a World Summit series. Before I introduce to you Regional Summit, now World Summit. This is 2013. Actually, 13 head of the state and government attended. 2014, when we had a current Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, actually attended, and 2014 summit. This is 17. Again, many current and former heads of state and government. 19. And then, so finally, we have a World Summit 2020.
Yep.
So you can see here, so it actually required a lot of energy, time, resources, expertise, management skill, because bringing the head of the state from all over the world is not really simple things. Also, good diplomatic approach. Without government support, we cannot organize this kind of activities.
Of course.
So that's why you can imagine that how much UPF really working hard. And I guess that the Mother Moon is inspired to do this because she can see that this summit series is really helping peace and reconciliation in the world, because leaders are vocal and they testify themselves. So that, I think, that gave encouragement to Mother, even in her age nearly 80, but still she poured out all of her resources and energy to organize those. Government from 173 nations attended. All of you were there during our World Summit 2020. Welcome by former Secretary General Ban Ki-moon. You can imagine even any forum in the world where the Indian and Pakistani Prime Minister sitting together. We have organization in SAARC, in South Asia, called SAARC. Already several years the meeting couldn't hold because of difference between India and Pakistan. They do not agree to meet each other. So that's why even that intergovernmental organization, we couldn't hold meeting. Actually, Nepal is the chairman. Unfortunately, we are not able to organize meeting. But here you can see the Prime Minister of India. Of course, they both are former, but still, both are also in current politics. The Indian Pakistani Prime Minister, former Prime Minister. Currently, he elected with the big votes from Islamabad in the Senate. So actually, he's the current senator and leader of opposition in the Pakistani Senate. Both of them are active in politics. So they are sitting together. This is really, for me, this is the symbol of peace. This is what UPF actually.
Yes.
We don't interfere what they talk. It's up to them. Our role is bringing them together. We don't teach them what to talk. They know already what to talk, because we believe that if there is a breakdown of communication, conflict, the seed of conflict will be planted.
Yeah.
So that's why we always foster dialogue. You can see the summit. Sometimes maybe people even doesn't attend our program, session, whatever. Why still Mother Moon is pouring out the resources? Because at least they can meet. You can imagine if North Korean come and meet the delegates from all over the world, that will be the greatest education for them. Pakistani, Indian, they meet each other, Korean, Japanese, American, Russian. So they all can interact each other. This is track 2 diplomacy. We are not government, but we are soft power. We are track 2, bringing peace. This is the World Summit. The Philippine Vice President and many others, they spoke. Well, so since over the past 18 or 20 months, we are going through the COVID-19. Even during this pandemic time, Mother encouraged all of us to organize various activities. And UPF organized series of program called Moving Through and Go Beyond the COVID-19. We have a peace talks. We have a relief program. Even Mother Moon donated 3 billion won to Korean Red Cross Society to combat against COVID, for the COVID-19. Even the New Yorker Hotel in Newark, Mother offered to accommodate 900 nurses who are really working for COVID-19 during that time. So nobody, allowed health workers to accommodate, because I'm sure, I think many countries also happen, even in Nepal, many house owners, they ask the nurses to leave the house because they have to deal with COVID patients, and they don't want the nurse to come back and stay in the same house. So that kind of situation was happening actually. So during that time, Mother said, okay, use my hotel. So 900 nurses actually were accommodated in New Yorker Hotel. We have many virtual summits and virtual international leadership conference.
Yeah.
Just to name few, this is Asia Pacific Virtual Summit. We have 7 former head of the state. They participated, and also some of the first ladies. These are the first ladies session. This is IAAP session, South Asia, IAPP Oceania. All we have 8 what we call sub-region for UPF in Asia Pacific. So each sub-region actually they are active to organize various program. Reverend Utaka and Reverend Gregstone, they organize the role of parliamentarian in addressing coronavirus crisis. This is based in Oceania, and also IAAP. IMAP, Dr. Kittel is our regional chairman, regional coordinator of Media Association. So he organized this program for the Media Association. We also do some relief activities, supporting police, army, media personnel, health workers for the COVID-19, providing some health equipment. And this is another ILC, International Leadership Program. Again, you can see the former president from Kiribati, vice president from Nepal, former president from Sri Lanka, former prime minister from Timor-Leste, and the minister from Japan. So they spoke. We had 8 sessions, each session centering on each UPF association. We organized like this, interfaith session. Beautiful, beautiful program. So many speakers, they contributed. It's all the ILC picture. The UPF chairman from Thailand, for example, He's a 3-star general. He's an honorary ADC to His Majesty the King of the Kingdom of Thailand. He is our UPF chairman in Thailand, and he also spoke. Yeah. These are the ILCs, and also I think something happened. Just recently, a couple of days before we concluded our ILC, we had 3 series. Actually, altogether, almost 9,000 participants participated. Nearly 700,000 online viewers we had, and 131 experts. Actually, they contributed. Again, here, I just put 2 speakers. One is the Senator Musaid Hussain from Pakistan. He is a chairman of Defense Committee, and also he is the chairman of Pakistan-China Economic Corridor. That's why in behind you can see Mao Zedong picture, yeah? Chairman Mao's picture, and also Chinese flag, in addition to Pakistani flag. And next is one of the senior leader of Indian ruling party, Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP. So they spoke on various issues, world views, foreign relations, economic development, all various issues. And we had many sessions. We also have program honoring legacy of peace, especially those ambassadors for peace who pass away. UPF doesn't forget them even after they pass away. We really honor their life and legacy. This is the Ambassador for Peace program during this COVID pandemic, because the doctors, nurses, they are the one in the front line. So we wanted to honor them. These are the doctors actually who really are in the front line in the COVID. So we honored them as Ambassador for Peace. This is just in a couple of months before. We have the program called Northeast Asia Peace Initiative, NAPI. This is especially to support Korean reunification project. Just for this year, actually, in 2021, if you see, we had already many events in our Asia Pacific region. Actually, we have 8 events already centered on various UPF sub-region, and 1,540 people participated. You can see here the leading expert, the think tank from the China. So he spoke the Chinese perspective. So UPF is trying to bring actually all various perspective to contribute for Korean reunification. Even we are continuously meeting with Korean diplomat. This is one of the recent picture. Actually, we used to send flower to the North Korean embassy during the birthday of President Kim Il-sung. You can see there, yeah, that is the flower UPF offer, and also this is the North Korean diplomat. We do have a regular dialogue with them. Actually, in Nepal, every time they have a new ambassador, one of the first things they do is they visit our UPF Peace Embassy building, and they introduce themselves. Okay, we are here, and then our Peace Embassy become the kind of third Korean embassy, because both South Korean and North Korean diplomat, they come to visit us, our father and mother Moon's embassy. In that way, we are really trying to support even the divided Korea for peaceful reunification. One of the projects Mother Moon recently promoted in Asia Pacific is Asia Pacific Union. Actually, Mother declared the establishment of Asia Pacific Union. The purpose of this union will be a broad-based, independent, non-political body that draw together like-minded individuals and organizations, both government, NGO, faith-based organization like this. So we are now gradually working to develop this Asia Pacific Union with support from various governments. One of the ongoing initiative of UPF during this COVID-19 is called Rally of Hope, building a heavenly unified world through interdependence, mutual prosperity, and universal values. We already had 6 series of rallies of hope. On the 12th September, we'll have our 7th series. Distinguished leaders, you can see even some of them you can recognize through their picture, current and former heads of state and government. They spoke. Nobel Peace Prize laureates and spiritual leaders, they spoke. And of course, Mother Moon always delivered the message of hope and peace during this rally of hope. And on the 6th rally of hope, Mother Moon inaugurated the Think Tank 2022 Global Forum. So this forum will bring the experts from all over the world to contribute for the peaceful reunification of Korean Peninsula and also for establishing peace and harmony in the world. Former Secretary General Ban Ki-moon named as honorary chairman for Think Tank 2022 Global Forum. And we already have series of activities. And one of the recent forum in Korea was addressed by former US Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Vice President Mike Pence, former US Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, and also the Director of World Food Program, David Beasley. So these are the speaker in one of the forum organized by Korea. So you can see that UPF is really trying to bring the best mind in the world to bring together to support peaceful reunification of Korean Peninsula and also for world peace. Now Mother is working to organize World Summit 2021, and Prime Minister Samdech Hun Sen from Cambodia is named as the co-chairman for the organizing committee. So with Mother Moon, we are now organizing, and I think hopefully soon our UPF International Office will make announcement and when and where this summit will be held. So you can see that no matter what the situation is, UPF ceaselessly actually working for peace in the world. Yeah, and then these are some of the think tank programs. This is the program in Nepal after the lockdown was lifted off, and we organized this program just a couple of weeks before, and it is addressed by our ambassador to US and ambassador to France, and also participated by both North Korean and South Korean embassy diplomat. You can see here, a diplomat from both embassy also, they attended. So I am now about to conclude actually. So if you see the UPF methodology to bring peace in the world through various programs is we really believe in track to diplomacy. So that's why we promote the soft power, because hard power is too risky, too costly, and need to pay high price. You can imagine that if we use military power to solve any problem, how many fatalities will be there of innocent life. Yes. So that's why UPF promote peaceful dialogue. Yes, there is a conflict. Yes, there is confrontation, but let's first sit together and talk. So this is the UPF approach. So we don't do any new thing. No, we are not doing big thing. Simple thing, but I believe the most important thing is bringing people together. And then UPF education actually help for negotiation. I believe that some of the UPF leaders, they are the best negotiator in the world. Even the United Nations, I think, can hire them. Yeah. So, for example, even Dr. Taj Ahmad, Father and Mother Moon actually appointed him as ambassador at large for Islamic world. Because he can melt anyone's heart. He really has that kind of abilities because of Father and Mother Moon's teaching.
The most important.
We believe in service. Because whenever we go with the heart of service. That is the life of Father and Mother Moon. and then we don't take revenge. UPF education, UPF dictionary actually has no word of revenge. Because even Father Moon, when he visited North Korea to President Kim Il-sung, you can imagine that when President Kim Il-sung actually tried to even assassinate, tried to kill Father Moon 2 times. But he said, before he leave, he have to erase even single, resentment within him. So if without this, without his forgiving heart, so he cannot go there. We know that it's very difficult for a person like me or like us, maybe not like for Mr. Sobi. I think you are also one of our model. But I think Father Moon is really, really genius. And then so forgive, love, unite. So this is the UPF's strength. So I think these are, I believe that the language, this is the universal language, universal methodology, and these are basically accepted by everyone because it's not harmful. It's like, drinking water. If you drink 1 cup or 2 cup more water, so I don't think it make any side effect, right? Same, even like these things, even people like or don't like, there's no harm at all. Track to diplomacy, soft power, peaceful dialogue, negotiation, service, love, forgive, unite, harmless thing. So that's why I think UPF is well recognized, well accepted in the West, in the East, in Africa, in the Middle East, even in the communist world. There is growing recognition of UPF, especially in the Muslim world. You can see that actually almost the UPF is their ideals. Even Father Moon's proposal to establish Interfaith Council, our father and mother's proposal in UN, supported by 19 sovereign states, 2/3 of them are all Muslim countries. So you can see, because they know the value of peace. Who know the values of peace more than the citizens of Afghanistan now? We can see, we can watch CNN, BBC or whatever, but we can't really feel the people who are in the ground. So that's why I think our Muslim friends, they really, they went through many conflict and suffering. So they realize now, starting to more and more realize the value of peace. That's a welcoming, and our Father and Mother Moon, especially now Mother Moon, is welcome many Muslim countries in the world. And also, of course, at the beginning, our movement has some controversy. We have some misunderstanding, but I think by now, all those controversies and all those misunderstanding is clear and is answered through the decades of UPF's work and our track record. So that's why now the sovereign state, the head of the state, government, United Nations, intergovernmental agencies, so they all are happy to work with United Nations. So I'm sorry I take a long time, but these are the UPF Association.
It's okay, good.
And these are our major activities now: Rally of Hope, Leadership Conference, Summit Series, Think Tank 2022, and then our basically motto is like interdependence, mutual prosperity, universal values, finally unified world of peace. This is the one and only one interest of UPF and our Father and Mother Moon. They have no any other interest, because over and over they said, I have no interest in this secular world. And then when Father Moon passed away, and then they find out that even he didn't have any bank account. Even didn't open bank account. Each Korean citizen, they have a stamp, legal stamp. Even he didn't have that legal stamp in his life. Not a single piece of land on earth, where our foundation actually won millions of hectares land in the world. but not in a single piece of land in their name. So I think such a life of our founder, Father and Mother Moon, is a great testimony for all of us. And I really appreciate Mr. Sobi for your time, taking time to listen this presentation. And I am very humble and I'm grateful to introduce. Actually, I'm not qualified even to introduce these activities. These are really, each activities is really, there's a blood, sweat, and tears of many saints and sages and many people actually. So anyway, I'm honored and thank you so much, Mr. Yutaka-san, for inviting, and so Sir John Adamides, I think you are the moderator for this session. So I conclude my presentation here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honourable Ekna. You've summed up the whole mission of UPF and its history, its present and its future. Really clearly explained very well. And we thank you again. And as always in our little session, we allow Mr. Sobi for some comments. So please go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, actually, thank you very much, Nath Dhakal. First of all, it was very nice, to meet with you. It's a long time we haven't sit together, we haven't seen each other, and this is a great time today. You, yourself, and all our friends, Dr. Kettles, Utako, Mr. Stone, Mr. John, and this is a great thing to be together. Actually, this is a good thing. It's we say this is a mission. This is a mission for Father and Mother Moon. This is a mission, really. This, we have to follow their step because, whatever they done, again, I say this because before I said that, whatever they did in this life, it is something solid and all the human will benefit from it.
Yes.
I was lucky to sit down with all of you once or twice or 3-4 times, whatever. But I was lucky because each of you, they have a special thing. No one can have it. I remember once, Nath Dhakal, we've been in Thailand. I was sitting on the couch in the entry, and you came and you saw me. Oh, and then we hugged each other and we talked. I said, where have you been, Nath Dhakal? You say, I just come from America. You say, I just come from New York. I said, my God, God bless you. You see, a person like you, yes, a person like you who sacrifice, who work strongly, you come all that way and you come again with our meeting in 2019. This is a great thing. It is not everybody can do these things. You go to, for example, Dr. Young, for example. The mission he is doing, it is not easy. No one can do this except 1 or 2 or 3 persons in this world. Gregory Stone, for example, Dr. Young, Dr. Kettle, for example. Look at how many times and inside. This is a big job. This is a big job, believe me. Thanks God, thanks God. We are following the mission of Father and Mother Moon, and most of the people are the right people in this, great UPF. It's a great, believe me. See, all of you for the same reason. We are all for the same reason. This is, you cannot forget things. This is beautiful thing. So God bless you all. And I'm so proud to be with you all. and it was a beautiful session today from Nath Dhakal, which is, I'm really, I appreciate that, beautiful. And then I love to listen more and more and more of these things. Like, I know, it's very nice, very clear, but still I love it because I do love you all. God bless you. And I do whatever I can. I do whatever I can in my power as I can. There's no power in this world, of course. As I can, I will help the UPF, and I will be, and I'm one of you, of course. Now I'm considered, all my people, they think I am one of the UPF. I say, yes, I am one of UPF, because I remember when we've been in Palau, and then the speaker from
Philippines.
Speaker
from Philippines.
From Philippines, yes. He was he was asked, like, he talked to Dr. Young, and he said, "Let Mrs. Sobi to be with you." He said straight away. He said, "Yes, he is. He is with us." It's true. I mean, so since I saw you all, honestly, since when I come with the Mr. Stone to Korea, and then I saw you all, I fell in love with this, and I work. I mean, this is my way, this is my destiny in this life. So I hope I can, as I can, I will help. And then, yes, I'm lucky. I'm lucky with you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sobi.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now just ask the others, their impressions and thoughts. I'll start with Dr. Kittle, if you'd like to share.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Eknath. Actually, when I listen to it, then I'm amazed at the foundation that we have globally. It's just astounding that a non-government organization could build this kind of foundation. And it takes more than, it's not just a monetary investment. There are a lot of people with much more money, but it takes a vision, and that vision has to be applicable to every culture. No one is opposed to this. I mean, we did go through opposition in the beginning because we were the new kid on the block. But that was, earning your merit badge, as they say. And now we've gone beyond that. Honorable Eknath, I'd like you to share about the 7th Rally of Hope. We have a special guest who's going to speak on September 12th. And I think it might even be good for Mr. Sobi to invite the Mandaean community to attend that 7th Rally of Hope. There's a special speaker going to speak at that time.
Yes, I will do.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Kittel. So actually, Mother Moon putting a lot of efforts and our team to organize 7th Rally of Hope in spite of COVID is still spreading in Korea. Actually, they are not even allowed to meet more than 4 people together. We're still seeking special permission from government, and then they are organizing because the event will be live broadcasted from South Korea, and it will be, I guess, like more than 200 media station in the world will be joining to broadcast this event. And then this will be the Think Tank 2022 Rally of Hope, and also we'll have a Asia Pacific Secretariat inauguration, Think Tank 2022, based in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. We'll have a signing ceremony between government of Cambodia and UPF for our partnership. And Prime Minister Hun Sen will speak on live from Office of the Prime Minister. So we will have like Korea, and also live will be broadcast from Cambodia. It will be really exciting program. In Cambodia, there will be 2 places. We will have a live in Prime Minister's office and also in the Foreign Ministry, where they have a Think Tank 2022 Secretariat. The signing ceremony will be there. It will be signed by the Deputy Speaker, whose protocol is equivalent to Deputy Prime Minister in Cambodia. And Dr. Yoon, representing our group, will sign. And we have a excellent roster of speakers. We just get beautiful video message from one of the most powerful president from Philippines, President Gloria Arroyo. She's recognized as one of the most powerful women in the world when she was a president. And also we'll have a special keynote address from United States. President Donald Trump will address, along with other leaders. We have a speaker, Nobel Peace Prize laureate from European Commission, former president of European Commission. We have a current president of Niger. Because we will have a diverse keynote speaker, because everyone cannot be invited, because only we have 6 or 7 speakers. So that's why, from representing the big nation, small nation, developed or underdeveloped, or east or west, north and south, so they always combine together. So I invite Mr. Sobi and all of your friends and families, if they can join. I think President Donald Trump, probably this will be his one of the important speech, because in such an international forum, normally we don't see him much.
Yes.
But when he was a president, he sent his spiritual advisor, Pastor Paula White. She is also recognized as one of the top 100 influential women in the world. Top 100 or top 10, I think. She's really powerful. I think Dr. Kittel know more than her. And she personally met Mother Moon. She deeply inspired. I'm sure she gave her testimony to President Donald Trump. And then he supported also our activities. So he will be also one of the speakers. So please join the 7th Rally of Hope.
I will.
Yeah, Dr. Kittel.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you, Nath Dhakal, for the inviting me. I will. I hope I will be. I will be there. To see, and then to disappoint will be much good. Thank you. Very kind of you to do that.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So please, as Dr. Kittel mentioned, please invite all the Mandaean community to come and listen the Rally of Hope. It'll be September 12th. And do we know what time it'll be in Australia?
Yeah, 10 a.m. Korean time.
10 a.m. Korean, so it's 11 a.m.
11
in Sydney, yes.
a.m. Sydney.
Yeah. So on the 12th of September, so get them to.
It will be which day?
The 12th is
Sunday.
Normally Sunday.
yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday, the 12th.
Yeah, Sunday the 12th.
11 a.m.
12th September, right?
12th September.
Correct.
Sunday, 11 a.m. And we'll make it an event. Get them to to watch at home as families. And
Yes, it's a great thing. This is beautiful. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I want them to be there always, to watch and then, to see and to dissipate. Yes, it's coming bit by bit. Everything will be done bit by bit. Yeah, because as you know, the Subian, community, they are very, very, very good for peace. They are mainly peace people. They love the peace, and they are very near to UPF. I spoke to them a lot, and they know, like every time when I have a speech there anywhere, I will introduce always UPF, and I took UPF as a something to see, always to I never forgot. Always I speak about UPF, even with my So it should be okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have not heard from Reverend Yutaka yet. Maybe final word.
Today is very quiet as usual.
Yes,
John
Reverend
Adams,
Dhakal,
yeah.
go ahead.
It's very nice.
Thank you very much, Honorable Nath, and also the Mr. Sobi to join every time. Today is also the 12th session. Almost we conclude the things. So we learn many internal things, meaning, peaceful thought. But today's then how we can contribute what really to what Father Moon, Mother Moon is involving to the world peace.
Yes.
So each of us as the peacemaker or ambassador for peace, really we have to involve in any session or any field. This is the really substantial role of each of us.
We should say we are the peace leaders.
Yes.
Yes.
Our name from now on should be peace leaders, because yes, not holy maker.
Right. Yes,
Because
absolutely.
when you do this, you lead a lot of people behind you, thousand people. Like, say, for example, Hon Takil, he is here representing a lot of people around, he's a peace leader. Dr. Kettle, same thing. Yutako, same. John, it's same. All of us are the same. Mr. Stone, this is the peace leader. I'm telling everybody we are a peace leader. Peace leader. No one have got this peace leader in the world. Even sometimes they ask me, one of these solicitors' friends, when we sit down, he said, Mr. Sobi, I said, we are the peace leader. Peace leader, yes. I have to explain to him everything. And then when I finish, they say, yes, sir, you're right. Yes. So you are hero and peace leaders.
Thank you, Mr. Selby. And we have our peace leader here with Honorable Eknar. He's in charge of our Asia Pacific. And I understand that he has another schedule that he has to go to. So we want to be able to wrap it up so that he can go, because I know you're very busy, and we really appreciate that you came and were able to share and really help us understand about UPF a lot more, the whole scope of it. So we're very grateful. And just to conclude, I'm going to ask Greg to offer the closing prayer so that we can at least hear Greg's voice.
I love it, yes.
Okay, please join me in the closing prayer. We're so grateful, our dear Heavenly Parent, to be able to meet across many great distances, and especially to hear Honorable Nath Dhakal, the chairman of UPF in the Asia Pacific, doing so many amazing things and connecting us with this incredible framework. We know it's only through the power of God this can happen. It's like a miracle unfolding, and there's many, many more amazing things that will take place in the future. So we're so grateful to be part of this. And we pray for Mr. Sobi. We pray so much for his beautiful Mandaean community, which is around the world. And they've suffered so much. And we just pray that your love can shine on them, and they can play their part as well in this amazing peace movement to be able to promote peace and love around the world, and to join in this incredible effort. Thank you so much for this beautiful meeting. Thank you. We give thanks to you. And I pray in the name of Greg and Reiko Stumba Central Family. Aju.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank you. Have a nice
Good
day.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe
We'll
evening
see you
already in
again.
Australia.
Okay. And then we'll
Thank you.
organize future events.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have to have a party. Let's have a party.
Oh, let's have a party.
We're gonna get you here to Australia on the Cape.
I love it.
I
Thank you.
invite you myself, special.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Soon, yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
everyone.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Sobi. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very kind. All of you. I will love you. Thank you.
Let's keep meeting. Even though we finished 12, let's meet sometimes. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely, because I keep
Yeah.
missing you, honestly.
Yes. Also, we have to have a like a graduation from the 12 series,
Yes.
and also Dr. Yong wants to meet with you. So I think what I suggest is the next one, we can meet with Dr. Yong, and we can also have a sort of a celebration of graduation, you know, from the school. Yeah. And then we can think about, you know, the future and how we can move
Yes,
forward. Yeah.
of course.
based on
I
this.
hope, we pray this pandemic will finish from this world so we can move, you know, stronger and faster, because it's good like this, but, you know, still, you know, by media is different than, you know, when you move and go and do things and running around, you know, it's a different feeling.
Yes.
You know, we pray for this honestly to finish. I hope so.
I'm communicating with Dr. Yon. So anyway, he's really busy now. And also his time is America.
Yeah.
So if we organize the time, maybe we should do the morning time. Then I think USA side is evening time. So if we organize with Dr. Yon, then maybe 10 or 11 or
Yes.
9 Sydney time, maybe.
Yes, I will make special day anytime, you know, just ring me when I know, and then I'll make that day special to be, yes, of course. Who else, you know, who is better than Dr. Young to be anytime, middle of the night or early morning or any time, middle of the day. Yeah, we miss him. I miss him a lot, actually. Yeah. Yeah, God bless him.
Okay. Thank you again.
Thank you much.
Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Kettle. Take care of yourself, please. Thank you.
You too. You too. Safe travel when you leave next month. Thank you.
Thank you. Very kind of you. Bye.